The way my vertical alignment is God, family, business. But the difference is the things that I had to do with my family, I worked around what I needed to do in my business. Because you build your business first. And every family that's successful in business, it's so funny. Because if you read books, you'll read this. If you talk to any successful business owner, and you ask them, when you were building your business, did you miss some birthday parties? Did you miss some family engagements? Did you have to sacrifice some things? And every single family says the same thing. But today, everything is like so important, it's unbelievable. Such as birthday parties. It's not a birthday day. First of all, you should be giving the present to the mom. All right? That's really who went through the work and carried you around for 9, 10 months. All right? For me, it was almost 11 months. All right? For my mother. So she really deserves the gift. That's number one. But people don't have birthdays. They have birthday weeks. You're not that special. It's like, oh, well, I got, it's my birthday week. So Monday we're going out. I have presents on Monday. Tuesday I have a special engagement. Wednesday, more birthday presents. And it's like, by the time the weekend comes, it's like, are you kidding me? We have people on our teams. It's like, well, no, function? Can't go to that. Why? It's my birthday. My birthday. I wouldn't miss my birthday for the function. You realize that wherever you are, it's still your birthday. You realize that. Me and my mom had the same birthday, December 6th. And most, we used to go to Seven Springs, we used to go to Split Rock, and usually it fell in the beginning of December. So we would have our birthday usually at Seven Springs or Split Rock, and I never heard my mom, and I never said to my mom, well, Mom, it's my birthday, I want to no presents, where's the birthday party? They said, we'll have the party the week before, the week after. And I was always like, great. And I thought the fact that they were all singing to us, because one of the nights they would sing Happy Birthday to us, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, these people rock. I had millionaires singing to me on my birthday. How about you? My friends went to hula hands and, sang Kumbaya around a little crappy cake. I was way more excited about my birthday. No, but that's the point. We delayed. We put things on the back burner, and we understood what the greater goal was. The greater goal is, I tell everybody who gets on our team, I said, look, I don't know you, you don't know me. But if you allow me to get to know you, and if you trust me a little, you'll see that I'll never do anything intentionally to ever break that trust. And I'll do everything I say I'm going to do for your people. But you just got to trust me, and you just got to work with me, and you just got to let me show you that it'll work. If you do that, we'll have a great time. Build a great business, build a great future. And the ones that allowed Francis and I to do that for them, they're doing great. You look at all the people that quit. Warren and I, we went to the same school, and yeah, we didn't know each other, but we had similar groups of friends and new friends of friends and stuff like that. And all of our friends are nice people, but they're all sucking wind. They're not excited about life. Every time we run, you've heard the story, a lot of our friends, my friends that I grew up with, live in Long Beach. Now, I grew up an hour away from that. But every time we see them, right, babe, it's always a complaint. It's always how life isn't going their way. They just got dealt a bad hand and all that other crap. And they just blame everybody else instead of ever looking in the mirror. See, I learned a long time ago that, hey, look, you are in life exactly where you're supposed to be based upon the decisions you've made. Whether you like it or not, I just accepted that, and I said, well, I got to start changing some things so that I can start ending up in a different place 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And I didn't like the place I was, at 23, 24, 25, 26. But I made changes, and I worked through them, and no matter how hard it got, what was I going to do? Throw in a towel and quit? That wasn't going to make my life better. That wasn't going to make my life easier. That wasn't going to make anything more prosperous in my life. I had a son. I wanted to make sure that I did everything I could to give him just a great life. I wanted to make sure I set a good example like my dad did for me. Well, are you going to do the same thing? Are you going to do the same thing? And see, I'm not, and this isn't a spiritual thing, but I did want to read you something. I think everybody out there, whether you believe in God or not, I believe in God. But I think everybody can agree that there's good and there's evil out there. There's good people, there's bad people. There's good forces, there's bad forces. And it's funny, thank you, Dennis, for recommending this book. It's Outwitting the Devil, and it's by Napoleon Hill. And this book never had come out for a lot of reasons back then, but they thought it would have been too controversial, back in the 20s and 30s if they had released it. So it just has recently come out, and it's a phenomenal book. And he's having an interview with the devil. And he's talking about, the devil's telling him how he controls people, and his greatest tools and his greatest weapons, and how, I'm going to read you this part. You should definitely get the book. Talk to your upline, but it's definitely a great book because it's so true as to how the human mind works and how we allow negative thoughts to control us. How we allow other people around us who speak doubt into us, that we latch onto that, and that's what we hold as the truth. See, before the business, I let people speak negative into me, and that's what I accepted as the truth. Well, after this business, I stopped accepting that crap. And I started fighting against it, and I started getting pissed off and saying, you know what? No, that's not how I am. No, I ain't stupid. You're stupid. And people would look at me and go, oh. Because now all of a sudden, the easiest way to stop a bully is fight back, kick the bully's butt. And that's not just physically, that's verbally, that's anything. And a lot of people have a lot of bullies in their life. They have a lot of people that say a lot of crap to them, and you let them just kind of push you one way or another. Look, yeah, like Mom pointed out, I'm not the tallest guy in the world. I don't give a crap how big you are. You ain't gonna threaten me. You ain't gonna threaten my family. You may kick my butt, but you're losing an eye. You were gonna look in the mirror and go, I should not have messed with that little Italian guy. Why? Because nobody's going to shake my tree. Nobody's going to tell me how I should live my life unless it's a positive. Unless it's somebody that I respect. Unless it's somebody that's actually taking my best interests at heart like we do with the people on our team. You got to stop listening to people speak negative in your life. You got to stop letting people tell you what you should and shouldn't be. You determine what you should be based upon your dream and your belief. And he talks about, it's kind of, here we go. I'll start with this. It's the question from Napoleon Hill. It goes, how do you gain control of the minds of people? He goes, oh, that's easy. I merely move in and occupy the unused space in the human brain. I sow the seeds of negative thought in the minds of people so I can occupy and control that space. Question. You may have many tricks. You must have many tricks and devices by which you gain and hold control of the human mind. To be sure, I employ tricks and devices to control the human thought. My devices are clever ones as well. Go ahead and describe your clever tricks, Your Majesty. One of my most cleverest devices for mind control is fear. I plant the seed of fear in the minds of people, and as this seed germinate and grow through thought, I control the space they occupy. The 6 most effective fears are the fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. Which of these 6 fears serves you the most often, Your Majesty? The first and the last, poverty and death. At one time or another during life, I tighten my grip on all the people through one or both of these. I plant these fears in the mind of people so definitely that they believe them to be their own creation. I accomplish this end by making people believe I am standing just beyond the entrance gate of the next life, waiting to claim them after death for eternal punishment. Of course, I cannot punish anymore, except in the person's own mind, through some form of fear, but fear of the thing which does not exist is just as useful to me as the fear of that which does exist. All forms of fear extend the space I occupy in the human mind. Well, Your Majesty, you will explain how you gained this control over human beings? The story is too long to be told in a few words. It began over 1,000,000 years ago when the first man began to think. Up to that time, I had control over all mankind, but enemies of mine discovered the power of positive thought placed in the minds of men, and then began a battle on my part to remain in control. So far, I have done quite well by myself, having lost only 2% of the people to that opposition. And that's what it is. It's funny, man, the 2%, those are the ones that gain control of their lives through their mind. Everybody else kind of just haphazardly, you let your mind talk to you rather than you talking to your mind. A lot of you, if you're brand new, you may think, oh, that sounds funny, or that's silly, or he's talking about the devil and this and that. Look, this is Napoleon Hill. This isn't Tony's words. This isn't any of our words. This is Napoleon Hill talking. Napoleon Hill spent 25 years of his life studying the most successful men and women on the planet at that time. I would pretty much say he's a pretty good judge, or pretty much the foremost expert on successful thinking, pretty much anywhere. So I think he knows what he's talking about. A little bit more than your negative brother-in-law who's going nowhere in life. See, I listen to people like this, and I took this to heart, and this is why we are where we are, and this is why we're going where we're going. A lot of our leaders said, Tony and Francis, they just believe. Well, yeah, we believe. Because if you could believe it, and you could internalize it, and you could speak it, you start to believe it. See, we speak things that maybe we don't even believe. You ever hear in a negative way when somebody lies a lot, they start to believe their own lies? You understand that that works in the positive as well? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. We choose to just believe in the positive and speak positive over people, over our lives, over our health, over our mind. I don't go around saying, oh, I'm getting old, man. My knees hurt. Oh, I'm like aching. Oh, man. We say we're young every day. We're going forward every day. We're helping people every day. We have sharp, young, ambitious couples, single girls, single guys, all sorts of people getting in our business, all ages. We speak what we want in our business each and every day. When a leg isn't going in the direction that we want to go, we say, hey, this leg is turning around today. We're finding somebody today. We're contacting somebody today. Something's happening today to move this leg in the direction that we want to have it going. And it's amazing how it starts to happen. Because we believe, we attract what we believe. And it's amazing how people do that. You could choose to live your life any which way you want. If your life was a picture and you could paint your life, how would you paint it? Well, do you realize that the words that come out from your mouth are literally the paints that you're using in your life? You're developing and designing your own life based upon how you speak. Well, I suggest that you start speaking positive about your life and where you're going. We love you so much, and you know, guys, I forget which of our legs said this, but yes, Francis and I didn't go diamond. This was a team effort. I think John said it, John and Becky, and it really was a team effort. The goal is not to break a diamond. The goal is to break, like Ray said, thousands of diamonds, and we will do that. We absolutely will do that. There is no question in my mind that we will break thousands upon thousands of diamonds, not just throughout the world, but also in the United States. A lot of people in Amway in the United States, a lot of other countries go, oh yeah, the United States, yeah, they had their day in the business. Other countries that are growing like crazy, like China and South Korea and this country and that country, well, this is where it was all started. This is where it was all developed. So yeah, we're going to start breaking thousands of diamonds, and we're going to be the #1 country in Amway in the United States. Bar none. But you got to believe it. We need you guys. We need you guys to believe. We believe in you, but you need to start believing in yourself. And you need to go out there and kick some butt. So we love you. Thank you so much. Thank you, team. Thank you, Upline. We love you guys so much.